Welcome to the Grove. Today we are doing something a little bit different, actually looking at a bunch of different things we think are great gifts to get for somebody who's an enthusiast of board games.
You say think, I say no, because this is stuff that we have personally. This has got our own stamp of approval on it. You know, you probably got a lot of games for Christmas. These are some accessories that'll make it a little bit crispier when you play. Just like a little few things here and there that can enhance your gaming experience overall.
It makes the most sense to start with when looking at this list, card sleeves.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, you know, maybe we don't want to sleeve all of our games. Like
some people do. Let us know in the comments. Do you sleeve all the games or do you not? Because I sleeve all my, I've got some games that are worth less than the sleeves they're in, which is just my fault, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Pandemic. But sleeves are great for protecting the cards in, you know, expensive games. We have a lot of, you know, deluxe Kickstarter crazy, you know, games, or, you know, something like we love Moonrakers.
Right.
A card drafting game, hundreds of cards.
Yeah, it's a deck builder where you shuffle.
You shuffle all the time, constantly shuffling. That's gonna tear up cards, especially those really pretty foils. Definitely a few best practices when looking at sleeves, especially if you're buying it for somebody's game that you don't know. Don't buy the cheap sleeves.
Yeah.
They're not all made equal. We definitely would say the mid-tier to the premium are what to do. Look for matte finish.
Yeah,
that's
big time.
Very important because glare from overhead lights and stuff, matte finishes help a lot. Not every card is the same size.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different sized cards in games. A good reference is there's a website called sleeveyourcard.com.
We'll put a link in the description.
Yes, is it Sleeve Your Card?
I believe
Sleeve Your
so.
Game.
Whatever it's called, we'll put it in the description. And then also BGG will often have sleeve
Yeah.
guides for your game. So you can look up the game link and then it'll show you the sizes.
Yeah. So if you're looking to buy sleeves for, you know, Catan that, you know, your friend has, it's a good way to make sure you're buying the right size sleeves. Because you'll get on Amazon and you'll see like Japanese, American, you know, giant sleeves, you know, something looks like this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to put a Catan card in this. That would not be fun.
You could. It would kind of defeat the whole point. But sleeves,
They're great.
get them. On the topic of sleeves, I was gonna save this one for later, but it kind of goes hand in hand. We've got Hugo's Amazing Tape. Now this is a game changer. If you have Hugo's Amazing Tape, you already know about this, but if you don't, I'm about to make your life just a little bit better.
Tape? You're gonna put tape on your board game?
So, it's not normal tape, it is a self-adhering tape, so it's vinyl. So what you do is you pull it out, and let's see if I can do it here. You pull it out, and you just get like a little thin piece of plastic, and then it sticks to itself, which is great.
Does it stick to other things?
It kind of, not really. Like if I'd sit here and touch it to the table, the only thing it really sticks to is itself, or sometimes sleeves. So if you get the what we were talking about earlier, the penny sleeves, sometimes they can get warped, but I've not had that issue with the nicer sleeves.
Yeah.
But so I've got my Flamecraft promos and all that right here,
Nice.
and I've sleeved them all up, and then, you know, I don't want them sliding around everywhere, so you just slap some Hugo's Amazing Tape on it, and bada bing. You've got a nice little thing. And that's also good because whenever I put this in my box, I don't have to worry about them flying around and sliding around everywhere. But Hugo's Amazing Tape, sincerely, besides card sleeves, this is my favorite accessory that I've ever gotten in the board game community. And even if you don't want to use it for your board games, it's just cool. Like you can use this for your craft projects or just general storage. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Well, you talked about your Flamecraft promos. I think that's a good segue into our next item, which this does kind of require you to either be very familiar with someone's collection or have ready access to it, but that is promos for games.
Yeah, I am a sucker for promos. I love them.
There's a lot of us out there that are, you know, completionist with our collections. Two of them are sitting at this table right now.
Yeah, guilty.
And we, you know, like to get all of the content for a game, and there's a lot of games that have little, you know, usually not game-changing things, but sometimes
they're pretty broken. But yeah, do you want to explain what a promo is?
So a lot of times, game companies, you know, that are going to a convention, you know, say Gen Con or, you know, SN, PAX U, something like that, will produce like a single card that they take there. So if you go by their booth, you can pick it up. Or, you know, in the age of Kickstarters and crowdfunding, a lot of times they'll give exclusive cards that come just in that crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah, they're also cool, like especially if you know somebody that really loves, like Wingspan, that's a pretty ubiquitous game. They've got a promo pack, which is just a bunch of art that the fans drew, which is super cool because if you just want to spice up your game and see something new or just have something a little bit unique, you know, you can add that promo pack in. Get a whole new fresh face on your board game, so.
Now, I will say again, promos do require you to kind of be, you know, maybe in the house with the person with the games. A good example of this is my partner Delaney. This year we did an advent calendar at Christmas, and she put promos from Dead of Winter, my favorite board game, or one of my favorite board games, that I didn't have in the advent calendar.
Is that what this Mountie is?
Yeah, that's what the Mountie is.
Is like is he my Mountie for real? Like he's a Mountie?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick. That's really cool.
Well, here's one I haven't opened yet. You know, it's a clown.
That's
Scary
cool.
Con.
That's fun.
Anyways, promos are great. They usually can be had for pretty cheap. I will say there are some promos that can be very expensive.
Yeah.
I would say probably just don't buy $100 promos from scalpers on eBay. Like,
yeah, don't support scalping.
Just don't support that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
promos are cool.
Promos are cool.
Yeah. Well, on the topic of cool things that are just generally good for all games.
Generally good.
Generally good. And a way to spruce it up just a bit, let's talk about Deluxe Components.
Ooh.
Because metal coins, I'm sure you can hear it on my mic.
Yeah.
Metal coins are my favorite. I chew on them. I would say that that's not true, but sometimes I genuinely do.
You checking to make sure it's real gold?
Yeah. These are your coins, but that's okay.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, I brushed my teeth before this, so it's fine. But yeah, so you know, sometimes games come in different levels. We've got basic and we've got deluxe, super deluxe, ultra deluxe, all ins, all this crazy stuff. But the cool thing is that they just sometimes sell deluxe upgrade packs. So you can look at the publisher, the retailer's website, and you can sometimes find metal coins. For Ahoy, you can find these screen printed meeples. There's a bunch of different things you can get. They just spruce up the game a little bit. And I love it because I love the deluxes, I love the all-ins, I love all the little fancy bits and bobs. Because it just makes it nice. Like, oh, it's so, listen to that.
Well, and like when you're selling the 7th season Ahoy, like, what's better, getting some, you know, cardboard. I mean, like, what's better than being in Ahoy? Do you want to pick up cardboard coins, or do you want to pick up some, like,
some doubloons,
some nice doubloons,
some golden doubloons? No, dude,
this audio is not usable right now because we're just going.
No, it's usable, and you're gonna listen to it, and you're gonna like it because you're gonna get some metal coins. You're gonna say, "Wow, they were right. It was hard to hear, but they were right." And you know, sometimes that's the best advice you can get in life.
Yeah. And another good place to get some deluxe components that isn't specifically from a publisher, there is Meeple Source. They produce a lot of cool stuff. Specifically, I know a lot of Stonemaier games. They partner with them. But lots of cool screen printed meeples and stuff like that.
Yeah, Etsy stuff too. There's a lot of Etsy sellers that do like 3D printed stuff. Because I was looking for ARCs. There's somebody who 3D printed like all the cities and like the different tokens and stuff. I'm not gonna do it because part of the beauty of ARCs is how streamlined it is. But I'm tempted. I really am.
Deluxe components, great. Next is something that we're kind of borrowing from our tabletop, role-playing game friends, and that is dice trays.
Oh yeah.
There are multiple different kinds. We've got two here. We've got a wooden one with a felt line. It's nice to throw them in. Looks pretty.
Premium.
Premium.
Choice.
And it can, sit out on your table. There are also, for people who are a little bit more space conscious, these ones like this Moonraker's one that.
It folds down.
It folds down. There's lots of dice. There you go.
Yeah.
Folds down so it can slide into a game box or just right on the shelf with your games. So if you're a little bit more space conscious, I would definitely go with one of these, folding ones that you can find.
This is also great. Like we use this for D&D. Like you can put this with your notes because it folds flat. You can just slide it in your binder, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because then whenever you're ready to roll, you can send it. Now I will say it's not as nice as the big hefty one, but it's a lot nicer in your closet because we have very limited space because it's full of games and stuff.
Yeah. Either way, dice trays are great. Just a good way to make sure that if you're like me, growing up playing Yahtzee, I did just throw all the dice off the table and say, those count, those count.
But on the topic of premium things and nice things, we talked about some little deluxe things that are nice to have, and you mentioned Meeple Source for like more generic stuff. I love generic currency. So these are Roxley's iron clays. They're pretty ubiquitous in the hobby. But any poker chip or just like generic metal coins are great because oftentimes when you're playing games, you get money and you need to spend that money. And like Matt said, sometimes it's cardboard and you might not want to spend money to get the deluxe components for every single one of your games.
Well, and a lot of games don't have the metal coins as an option.
Absolutely. So like this is just nice because it's like this, you can use this for any game. And it's great because it's a big hefty poker chip and you can use it to just, represent all of your currency in your game. So just honestly, generic currency, if you're playing something like Lords of Waterdeep, or that's one of my favorites. If you're playing something like Lords of Waterdeep and you're collecting money, the heft of a cardboard token just does not cut it when it comes to something like this.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man, I feel so powerful when I got a big stack of this and I just like slide it forward and buy what I need to buy. Anyway, that's my pitch.
Yeah.
Deluxe currency, generic deluxe currency, so you can use it across all your games.
So next up on our list is inserts, custom inserts. And basically what that is there are some games that come with really nice like plastic, molded for the games. There's a lot of games, especially, older games.
A lot of games.
Where components are just kind of thrown in a box and it's,
it just slides around everywhere. And then the annoying thing too is it damages your stuff. Like for example, you got this nice little mounty guy here.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to get damaged. And so it's nice to have an insert where he has a little home and he can just sit and chill.
And so there's kind of 3 major types of inserts on the market, and it's the material they're made out of.
Yeah.
We've got the wooden laser cut ones. We recommend Laser Rocks. They're really solid, but you can find them from lots of Etsy sellers and things like that.
Yeah.
But this is from my Dead of Winter box. You can see it holds all the resources that are used in the game. Just very nice to be able to just pull this out. It speeds up gameplay because you don't have to pull everything out and
that's the big thing about, like, we have a wooden inserts for TI4 and it's fantastic because it's just you pop it all out. Now wood does add a lot of weight, but it also is like your best protection for your stuff because usually like the wooden ones also have like custom cut, like if you have minis and stuff, like for Blood Rage we have an insert that all the minis slot in, and so they're completely protected and it's really nice.
Going back to the different material types, we have the wooden ones, but then we also have the foam ones. Folded Space is kind of the big brand.
They're great.
And you can see with that they're able to do some kind of custom artwork on some of the boxes and whatnot. I think, what is this from Galactic Cruise?
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road, this is Thunder Road, so it looks sweet with all the
and it's cool because
artwork.
like whenever Folded Space does like custom inserts, they get like artwork from the game, so it feels nice and thematic. So you still get the speedy setup, but then it enhances your game experience. Like my Nemesis Folded Space is just kind of generic. Still works great, just not as pretty.
And I will say, I know you're probably thinking foam, that feels like it's not going to be strong. This is, I would say this is just as strong as the wood, to be honest. And then the third kind, this is for maybe some DIYers, is 3D printed inserts. There's a lot of people who design custom ones and put those files out in the world. You can also buy 3D printed ones off of Etsy from sellers who have gone ahead and printed those files.
Or check your local library. A lot of libraries have makerspaces now. So
makerspace in your area, that could be very nice. But 3D printed ones are also great. And talking about keeping things organized in your box, a lot of games will come with some of these, and that is plastic baggies. And so along with the insert, we wanted to talk about plastic baggies, and you can buy just
a bunch
of these off of Amazon. We'll put a link in the description. But anyways, plastic baggies are great for just keeping things organized within a game box.
Bit bins, little bowls, glass bowls. You can go to the dollar store and you can get glass bowls. I prefer wooden bowls because they look nice. The tones are warm. They're nice to touch because wood doesn't get as cold as stuff does. But anyway, sometimes whenever you're playing your game, it's nice to just have a bowl to put all your things in, and then you set it out, and then everyone knows where the stuff is, and there's no confusion, and you can just reach out, grab it, and you're good to go. And I really do recommend it. Like when we first started playing games, we didn't have a lot of these like little things like the plastic bags or the wooden bowls, and it's crazy how much it helps because a lot of people, they don't like the setup and tear down a board game. Some of them take a long time. So just having little things you can do to like have everything in its spot, and then when you're done, you pour it back in its bag, and then you can call it a day. It's really nice. It's really nice, and you'll see these a lot on our channel because we love them.
Yeah, and a lot of these accessories, it is about getting the game to the table faster.
Yeah.
Because the least fun part about playing a board game is setting it up and tearing it down. I say that there's going to be a few of those people out there that really love.
Don't tell that to Becca. She disagrees.
Yeah, she likes reorganizing boxes.
She does.
New series coming in 2026. Next, I think we should talk about one of my favorite accessories to buy for a game, and it always makes me happy when one exists for a game, Playmats.
Oh, yeah.
So you see we've got two out here right now. We've got Root and Compile, and here's the Fractured Sky one. You'll see on almost all these, they'll say neoprene, mat. It's a mouse pad. It's a mouse pad, but these custom ones for games that a lot of publishers sell basically is just replacing the board part of a board game. And Eli, why would you want a neoprene mat like this?
Well, Matt, it's important because we talked about Nemesis. Nemesis's board, no offense to the publisher, Nemesis's board is like the most reflective piece of cardboard I've ever seen. So whenever you're playing and you have overhead lights at your dining room table or something, you can't see the game. So a mat is really nice because you can put everything down and then it's nice and colored. Now you do lose a little bit of the crispness that like a board would have.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very little. Yeah. The tech's gotten really good. So I love Playmats. They're just so nice, and
it's way nicer for picking up cards off of. Picking up cards, they make devices for that now. I've seen for it, but like sliding a card off this.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
It's not that hard, but like
we've talked about this before. We have a butter table, like we can slide it like we're bartenders back and forth. It's crazy how slippery some tables are, and if you have a mat, you can just pick it right up.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say about Playmats is there are ones that have a grippy surface.
Yeah.
Specifically, you can find some third-party ones on Etsy and stuff that I think Grip Mat maybe would
be
what you would look up. But basically what that is there are some games where you don't want components sliding around and it will just hold components in place. And that's really nice. I know there's one for Eclipse, Second Dawn, and it's incredible to be able to have your map laid out on a grip mat instead of a slidey table.
Yeah. Any of those big like 4X games or tile placement games where if you bump the table, everything goes everywhere, grip mats are really, really nice.
Yeah. So it's just something to look into is grip mats, but a lot of publishers nowadays are selling, first party nice Playmats.
They're great.
I said the last thing. There is one last thing, and that is you'll see behind me this nice little Playmat holder, and this is nice. 2 or 3 Playmats, easy to slide up on your shelf. How many Playmats do you have?
Like 40. Too many.
Yikes.
I've got a lot.
When you have that many Playmats, you do need a little bit of organization. Yeah. The cheap method is you can find yoga mat holders.
Yeah, but or like clothes holders that go behind your door on Amazon.
Yeah, that could be a cheaper option, but they also make these kind of, I don't even know what brand it is.
It's the Organizer.
Yeah, the Organizer.
Yeah. And speaking of nice things, and things that take up a little bit of space, but things that are worth it because we're often playing games with our friends.
Yeah. And on the go?
On the go, a nice little board game bag because you can take all your games in this. And usually, so I know what you're gonna say, why don't you use a laundry basket or just a generic duffel bag? I've done that and I've messed up my games. I'm gonna tell you why. These are designed with purpose. And it's nice because whenever you put your games in it, typically they'll have little things that'll cinch your games down. And also, the bigger thing, they're water resistant most of the time. You can find a game, like All Play has a good one. There's a lot of different companies that have good bags that are water resistant. And sometimes, if you're going to conventions, they've got backpack straps, which is so cool because when you impulse buy all your promos, you can carry them around and it'll be comfortable.
Around the holidays, I'll take games to my parents' house to play with my family, and it's nice to have a way to, safely bring them.
Yeah.
I also will say, on that note, it helps you limit. There are times where you're going on the go and you're like, I want to play this game, I want to play this game, I want to play this game, and you take like 25 games. You're not going to play 25 games over Christmas. I'm sorry, you're going to play 2.
Yeah, you're also not going to teach your parents, as much as you want to, you're not going to teach your parents Voidfall or, anything crazy heavy. So
but the iconography, if they would just get the iconography.
If they would just pay attention to Ian O'Toole's design, it's fine. It's fine.
Speaking of playing games with friends and family, I do think there's actually one gift that we've not talked about. Doesn't actually cost very much money, if any money. And that would be just play a game with your friend that has games, or your child, or whoever that likes games.
Yeah, that's like the best gift you can give somebody. I thought about this, and you don't have to do this, but this is an Eli thought. Go get a punch card, custom make a punch card, and be like, I'll play 10 games with you.
Yeah.
Like any game. Well, probably not any game, because then I'd make Becca play TI4 10 times. But any game within reason, you could just play with your friends and your family, because that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
As much as we talk about how cool it is to collect promos or to play stuff, it's just about being with your friends and family.
Yeah.
Or if you're a solo gamer, get them a punch. If someone's really into solo games and they're your friend, get them a punch card that's like, hey, I'll leave you alone for an evening so you can play your solo game, because that's important too.
Yeah, just definitely all of this stuff is nice. None of this is necessary to actually enjoy the hobby that we all love.
No.
And just playing games with people. That's really what it's all about.
Absolutely, like the community and the camaraderie that you get from a good game, and the stories and the memories you make, dude. Like, we've got so many good stories from the games we played. Like, remember that time you did this? Remember the time you did that? It's just,
I have to hear the story of that ARCS campaign one more time. I swear.
It was.
No, it's a great story.
I won.
That will be a board game story time we do eventually.
And with that, we hope we've given you a few items to consider for either a loved one or honestly yourself. Because I'm gonna be real, I've bought a lot of this stuff for you can't take my Hugo's Amazing. Sincerely, Hugo's Amazing Tape, top of my list. It's even maybe arguably above playing board games with your friends and family. But we hope we've given you a few ideas for stuff you can get your friends, stuff you can get yourself. And we'll be making more videos like this in the future. And this is important. We're going to include links to all of this in the description below. And if you choose to purchase any of the products through those links, some of that will go towards supporting the channel, help us make more content like this. So
keep the lights turned on.
Yeah. Kitlo, as we call it. Kitlo, KTLO, keep the lights on. It's a little business term. I don't know if that's true, but that's how I read it.
Yeah, well, we've coined it now, Kitlo.
Kitlo, help us with our Kitlo, and click the YouTube buttons. We hope you're having a good holiday season, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.